Hey everybody, welcome to a Monday, a mic talk here at Song and Sword. It's a Memorial Day, which means most of you have the day off, and that's cool. It's a time to remember. We'll get to that in just a moment. I guess this is a special Memorial Day edition of Mic Talk. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope you're going to hang out with your family or friends. And Memorial Day is usually kind of the official beginning of summer, so that's cool for most of us. And just a few things I want to remind you of. The kingdom of God keeps going, even on vacation days and days like Memorial Day. So we're praying. Pray with us at 1:49 today. Everybody should have time to do that today, since you're probably at the picnic, lunch, or something, swimming, hanging with family, or whatever. I know what you're doing. We're probably going to go over to Mikey and Monica's, have a little hamburger grill or something like that. But anyway, whatever you're doing today, 1:49, pray with us. Pray for Song and Sword. We need vision and clarity. We need wisdom from God. We need mercy. We need resources. And so I want to remind you this coming Sunday, June 2nd at 2 p.m. at 401 East Jefferson Street in downtown Bloomington, we are going to be meeting together as a congregation to look at this building and cast a vision for what God might be doing there and the resources it's going to take to do that. So you're welcome. If you're a part of the ministry called Song and Sword, we'd love to see you there. Also, we are June 9th, the following Sunday. We are going to restock all the supplies for WIT. We're in this together is the name of the corporation that we work with, and it's one of the ways that we touch the people in this town. We meet the needs of people in this town. I'll have a list up for you here in the coming days for what we need, but it's really, really practical stuff like diapers and toilet paper and paper towels, all that stuff that maybe you and I take for granted sometimes. We have a real chance to make a difference in this town by giving people some of the simplest supplies that we all take for granted. So that's going on. If you want me to text prayer to that number on the screen, and I'll be glad to lift you up as your shepherd before the Lord today. It is Memorial Day. Memorial Day is that annual occasion. And by the way, I didn't realize this. It was only made like an official holiday in 1971, which is, I was 6 years old. But it was originally called Decoration Day because after the Civil War, people would go and decorate the graves of their fallen dead. Now Memorial Day is to honor those in the United States who have paid the highest price. They've died in military service. And so if you know someone, you likely do. If you know a family member, and you likely do, this is a day to remember that they've given the biggest sacrifice. And that takes us to Joshua chapter 4 for another kind of memorial. Let's look at it together. When all the nation had finished, Joshua chapter 4, verse 1. When all the nation had finished passing over the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, "Take 12 men from the people, from each tribe a man, and command them, saying, Take 12 stones from here, out of the midst of the Jordan, from the very place where the priest's feet stood firmly. Bring them over with you and lay them down in the place where you lodge tonight." And then Joshua called the 12 men from the people of Israel, whom he had appointed, a man from each tribe. And Joshua said to them, "Pass on before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of the Jordan, and take up each of you a stone upon his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the people of Israel, that this may be a sign among you. When your children ask in time to come, 'What do these stones mean to you?' then you shall tell them that the waters of the Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off, so these stones shall be to the people in Israel a memorial forever." That's the word, memorial. God says in many different ways and many different forms and a lot of different commands, don't forget. Don't forget. And that's really what Memorial Day is all about. Don't forget that somebody's paid the highest price. In fact, our 2,000-year-old ritual or rite that we call communion is a weekly, don't forget that Jesus broke his body and shed his blood so that you and I could have freedom from sin. Actually, the word memorial goes all the way back to Exodus 12, where God says, "I want you to celebrate the Passover," because Passover is a reminder. It's a memorial that I took you out of slavery. I paid the price through a sacrificial lamb to take you out of slavery into freedom. See, that's the Memorial Day reality. But Joshua says here there's another kind of freedom. Another kind of freedom means that God is going to give us an inheritance. He's going to take us to a place He's preparing for us. And in Joshua chapter 4, the verses we just read was about the children of Israel crossing the Jordan River. They had been on the east side of the Jordan. They crossed over into the promised land. And at the place where they crossed over, the Lord caused the water to stop, and the Ark of the Covenant, the presence of the Lord, went before them, and all the children of Israel passed over. And Joshua said, here's the command of the Lord. 12 of you, a man from each tribe, there are 12 tribes of Israel, go grab a huge stone out of the middle of the river. Now the riverbed is usually covered with water, but now it's dry because the Lord did a miracle. Grab that and come and stack it. So they stacked 12 stones now on the west side of the Jordan after they'd passed over. And then of course the waters went back and they couldn't see the riverbed. But they had taken 12 stones from the bottom of the riverbed as a memorial. A memorial of what? A memorial that God has prepared a place for them to live eternally, that they are now not just free from sin, but God is moving ahead of them and with them so that they can have a place to call their own. On this Memorial Day, yes, celebrate the freedom, even freedom that you have from sin through Jesus Christ. Celebrate and honor those people who have gone before us and paid with the ultimate price. And don't forget Jesus being a part of that. But today, let's look at this memorial from a different standpoint. Maybe you want to remember the day you were baptized. Maybe you want to remember some significant prayer that was answered in your life. Don't let this Memorial Day go by without remembering that God has gotten you out of your slavery, but don't forget, He's taking you into a promised land. And that is the freedom that we all long for, we all wish for on this day. Enjoy your family, enjoy some hamburgers, enjoy the cooking out, enjoy the sunshine, but don't forget, it's a memorial that Jesus has died for us. He's risen from the dead to take us to another place. God bless you guys. Happy Memorial Day. Love you guys. Peace.